Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How y'all doing today? It's Antonio with another episode of Thus Said the Lord unto me, so such as I have, give unto thee. Now, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Okay, so let's talk about it. I have been waiting on the Lord, just sitting in His presence, watching and praying, waiting on a word. When I think I got a word, y'all walk all over it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show y'all what my day looked like today, and I'm gonna show you how you walk on the word, words of whoever it's for. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm not. I love everyone with the love of Christ. It is what it is. So y'all stop focusing on people that may be saying things contrary to me, okay, or to my ministry, or who I am as a person, or love them with the love of Christ, because I love them with the love of Christ. Pray for them. That's it. It is simply in all that getting understanding. They may have a chip on their shoulder. Pray for them. Love them. That's what we're here to do. You know, it says in the scriptures, it talk about giving alms unto men, and it talks about how loving each other that you are in fellowship with. You know, and it says something simple as, "Do the publicans not do the same?" Okay, it's loving the people who don't like you very much. So that's what it is, and that's what we're all called to do. So everybody gets to deal with that. So how do you deal with it? Publicly, y'all get to see it. I love them with the love of Christ. The same grace that I extend, and the same mercy I extend, it's the same mercy I hope that my Father would give me back. That's what this is about, y'all. Don't let nobody tie you up from getting your blessing from your Father. They ain't gotta like you. Ultimately, it's their choice, so they don't have to love you. But that don't mean that you don't. That don't mean that you can get away with that. So that's what it is. Y'all, I love y'all so much. Man, different messages and different stuff. I want to say, Auntie, I heard you. Let's talk about fear. Can we talk about fear? Because you just all in my business. Everything you said was 100% right. Everything. And there's a lot of y'all that can do that. That is there is an amazing anointing for you to be able to do that, to be able to just read somebody like that, or to be out, or to be walking on folks' sermons or folks' messages and stuff. That don't have to be necessarily a great anointing, but to just take the whole thing and just like spit it back out that's dope. But Auntie, I just want to tell you, first off, not only do I love you with the love of Christ, I'm kind of scared you might be related to me because you sound like my people for real, for real. So, listening to you is like listening to my auntie for real. Yeah. Or, family members that, look you straight in the face and like, listen, let's talk about it. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. So I want to tell you, you was all in the business. You are all in the business. Here's the deal. Here's the thing about that. I told you I was going to express my fear. My fear is the part where we talk about not getting it right before God. That's the fear. Holding back something that you were meant to say. Watering down the message because everybody can consume that strong of drink. Okay, it's that right there. I gotta admit, that is my fear. I know what I'm called to do, but I don't know what I'm called to do. I know that sounded really crazy and stupid, but if you understand the calling, you understand that you lean not to thine own understanding. You waiting on a phone call. You waiting on an opportunity. And I say the phone call is really, it's the Lord telling you, giving you orders of operation. It's what's the next move. You know, Moses got a lot of issue because he didn't know the answer. I don't know. I gotta go up to the mountain and go find out. Now, in the meantime, what you mean you don't know? You the leader. How you the leader and don't know? After a while, you brush it off. Man, you stupid, man. What's wrong with you? How you supposed to lead this people? This is God's people. Who called you in the first place? You ain't even one of ours. You was all sitting up there like a pretty boy up in the palace. You know, man, we need somebody else to lead us, man. This dude don't know what he's doing. He don't know where he's going. You see what I'm saying? After a while, it's the chiding of the people that can get on. It's the annoyances that frustrate your spirit. So in the meantime, you like, Lord, these are your people. I didn't ask for this. I was straight over here, you know, with my father-in-law Jethro and my baby boy and my wife. Zipporah. Now we good over here. You called me to lead these people. Now I'm leading your people in obedience. Why they taking shots at me? But I will obey. I'm tired. I'm 80. I'm 80 years old and I'm going up and down this mountain dealing with, and then come down and deal with people. No, and I'm not saying that that's with everybody. I'm just saying, and I'm not even complaining. But my point is that I get it. It's in that trying to stay focused, as you clearly said, and that has been the resounding sound. If there was a message to be preached, if there was something to be said, stay focused. Keep your hand to the plow. Cut the rows. Don't look back. Cut the rows. Keep your hand to the plow. That's it. Stay focused. Put the blinders on. You don't need to see what's over to the left and to the right. Because eventually, what you got to do, eventually one day, you may have to put earplugs in. Go find some sheep and cut some cotton off, or some wool off the sheep, stuff it in your ears because of the screams and the scratching and the clawing of the people that got left behind, the people that's outside of the ark, saying, let us in, let us in. We see. We didn't understand. We didn't know. These ain't jokes. So I hope that I'm not smiling or showing or making myself look like I'm, giddy or something like that. It's not a joke. This is one of those real talk moments. Lately, the things that he put in my spirit was out of a sci-fi movie. Fire Falling is lately has been in this portion of what the Firefall, which is what I expressed in that previous video, which you guys are going to see, and I'm not going to go into all the details about that, but there is, when Jesus said, you will see angels ascending and descending, in reference to Jacob's ladder, the angels are representing the fire. They represent ministering flames of fire, okay, as we do. These are the prayers going up and down. These are the assignments going up and down. And lately that's been the residual sound. It's been the residual conversation. It's been the angels. At least what has been in my spirit. There was one portion where we were talking about everything was so random, y'all. There was so many different random things that he was putting in my spirit. The first being last and the last being first, and referring it to the way I saw it, the way I understood it, was as if you see Joseph going from pit to Potiphar's house to prison to palace. Okay, we know that was one way up, but if you look at it as going up the mountain one way, okay, in elevation. It is within elevation. You're watching him go up the peak of a mountain and goes up to the top. Well, what goes up must come back down. And it is in the down. Now, this is the part where it got a little sci-fi. Because I started to see that people will run to safety. And they'll run into the way it went up. It's the way they're going to run to go down. Even to the end of days, when you start to see and you start to hear, well, where the scripture starts talking about, they will hide into the mountains. That's also another depiction of literal fire falling. But the pit would be the safety. The pit will be the place where people will try to reside and live. So we're talking about governments underground. We're talking about places of safety underground. I don't know what we'll call something like that. I told y'all before, fire falling. I heard it. I saw it. But I don't know what it means. Okay, so the progression is looking at it from this place, this high place, as in, we over here in America, we live in what is considered Babylon, because it is the high place. Everybody looks at America and thinks that we got it like that, and they're all looking at us. But with all of our credit and all of our fanciness and all that stuff, this is considered the palace for some of us, of course. Some of us is out here just trying to make it. We outside of the palace. Shoot, let's be honest. Let's keep it real. But to some, your lifestyle is a palace too. So, yeah, I'm not, let me not say it that way, because I don't want to sound hypocritical, because I ain't broke. So, but what I am saying is that there's a progression to go back down. And then he starts saying to me, there's no new thing under the sun. That this is a cycle. It is water and fire. Water and fire. Water always represents life. And fire always represents the death of a thing. Water comes back with the regeneration of a thing. Fire comes back to destroy the thing. So it's refreshing. It's in the cycle. And we know who sits on the circle of the earth and who is in control of the times and seasons. We know who's in control of the cycle. So this is a part of it. So in progression, which I keep saying, like I said, I'm always talking about going up to the mountain. In progression to go back down the mountain is the prison. People running to the prison. Because what was at one point a time of safety to keep people in will be a point of safety to keep people out, for whatever reason it is. The second point was the Potiphar's house, and that is a place of servitude. Here is a comfortability, but it's a place of servitude. And then before that, it was the pit. And the pit represents the place of safety. And that's what he was giving me the other day. That was Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. I don't like getting stuff like that. I sit on it. I see stuff like that because that sounds just like a sci-fi movie to me. I just want to make sure it wasn't the pizza that I ate. I want to make sure it wasn't just because I was feeling some kind of way or I watched a movie. I saw a commercial or something. So that's why it's one of those things that try the spirit by the spirit. But there was something that was released earlier today when I was saying y'all kept walking over what I was saying. It's even a confirmation in that, because you're talking about stuff that there's no way you can know except you was in the secret place when you heard it. So, like I said, I am going to release those videos. It's 2 of them. I was dealing with the frustration of the day, the fight to press toward the mark. I am being about my Father's business, y'all. I ain't fell off the wall. Can't fall off the wall. Can't stop, won't stop. When you stop, you sit and dwell on things that you should. The stopping is just the similarity of the stopping is looking over here at David, staring down at Bathsheba. See, David was supposed to be at war. He was supposed to be at battle with the men. He was not supposed to be chilling. So when you stop, you're focusing on things you shouldn't be. So I keep it moving. That's my secret. I keep it moving. So that's what's been going on. So the message I'm gonna let it speak for itself. I did get the song wrong. That was a whining song, but I said it was Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like I said, I was dealing with so much frustration, and then I'm a perfectionist, so it's almost like there's certain messages and I mess up, and I don't like the mess up part. It is a flow, but I don't like to look stupid. I don't know who does, so that's what it is. So I don't like to put nothing out half baked. It is done or it's not. So there's so many times I erase messages because of that. There's some things that he gives, and I don't know whether or not I'm supposed to share that or not. And if he stops the videos, then at that point, then it's a question whether or not he wants me to even reveal that. But that whole sci-fi movie thing, yeah, that ain't cool. And that's some real, yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, and I reiterated before, let us be found being about our Father's business. Let us be found faithful in what He's given us to do. It is love your neighbor. It is blessed them to curse you, do good to them, hate you, pray for them, spitefully use you, and persecute you. This is how you show that you're a child